What's up, y'all? How you doing? It's Nicholas Brown, and I'm welcoming you guys back to the swamp. Yeah, I just looked at both of the recordings of slave master Donald Sterling, the owner of the Clippers, and it just trips me out. What's going on? You have celebrities making fu videos and stuff like that, and plenty of people saying that the players need to stand up and protest and walk out, things of that nature. And one of the videos, the second recording, he said that he puts food on their tables and buys them nice cars and stuff like that. Pretty much saying that being that he has all the gold, the owners have all the gold, they make the rules. So regardless of how much he talks trash about them, how much he treats them, mistreats them, how much he doesn't really respect other races that he may not like, including that, black folks and everybody and anybody else he might not like. is Regardless of how he treats them, because he has the money, it's like F you, I pay your salary. What you gonna do about it? And that goes to show you. I'm pretty sure he's not the only owner that thinks like that. I'm pretty sure he ain't the only owner that thinks like that. And I'm not saying that all owners think like that. I'm not opening my mouth and putting everybody in the all section. But that just goes to show you that we need more solidarity amongst ourselves. See what I'm saying? If we don't start, look at what's going on. Trayvon gets killed. Another black kid gets killed. And yeah, I understand that there's black on black crime, but whenever a black kid gets locked up for a crime, they serve that time. They don't get no slaps on the wrist. They ride out with that time. Full sentence. Shoot, get caught with an ounce of weed in the state of Florida all you want to. You either do probation and a rehab program, or if it's your second or third offense or whatever, you're gonna ride out on that. Straight up, you gonna ride. And yeah, you can keep throwing up black on black crime, but what causes the crime? A lot of the time, crime is caused because somebody is impoverished. They doing whatever they can to get money. They have to feed their family somehow. And then when you have a bunch of people that's impoverished, being a bunch of sharks in the water, of course you're going to have people biting against each other eventually. And that's just how the system goes. Poor education, the destruction of the black family. It's all kinds of factors that go into play. And you want to sit there and just, you see all these factors in play. You see everything against us. Right? And the owner of the team is like, you know what? I think this way about these people. I pay their salary. F them. I mean, that's a sin within itself. That's a crime. So we as a people really have to step back and think about this. Because if society that's supposed to be, America, supposed to be fair, land of the free, home of the brave, equal opportunity for all, right? If it's supposed to be that, then stand up for your brother. Stand up. If not, stand with us, or get your punk ass back. Because if you ain't gonna help, then we don't need you around. I mean, if there's a cause that like with the economic, when the economic crash hit, that hit everybody. We as a people stood up together, because that affects the American populace. Those who live here go through the struggle together, right? We're all going through the struggle together. But if you want to pick and choose when to help us out, then you ain't helping nobody. If you want to sit there and play dumb like, oh, the gay struggle is just as bad as the black, no, it ain't. Because if you look at the history, gay folks weren't banned. It was always, gay folks weren't banned out of certain areas or whatever. If you were gay, yeah, you got clowned on, you got beat up on, you got harassed, but you ain't got forced to work slavery or anything like that because you were gay. Hell, during slave times, they were turning out young boys and making them into, into sex toys for pedophile owners and stuff like that. You can look up the history of it all. I ain't making none of this up. I ain't that good of a storyteller to make that up. Straight up and down. And with that being said, people want to say, oh, the Jewish struggle, the Holocaust. Yeah, the Holocaust was messed up. Don't get me wrong, the Holocaust was messed up. Hitler was one twisted son bitch, but from what I understand, Hitler learned a lot of his tactics from who? America. So yeah, you can pull yourself out of that. Please explain that one. So if there was no America, would there be a Hitler, or his view against Jews and how he went about it? Come on now, think about it. It's on a deeper level. You know what I mean? Now, with that being said, Holocaust is messed up, but slavery went on for how long? And then after slavery, you had the black laws, and then after the black laws turned into Jim Crow, and then the Jim Crow turned into racial profiling. You see what I'm saying? Dude, I mean, with black folks here, we're so mixed up. Family, our language, culture, everything got snatched from us. And we're trying to piece it back together. And even our own self-hate, with many of us, the self-hate and losing hope in the future, and being afraid to step up and say something because you feel you might lose your job. Which goes back to us having solidarity. If we had businesses and stuff like that in place, you wouldn't have to worry about losing your job, fear, because a brother will hire you that's been through the struggle. You understand what I'm saying? That's if you're qualified. I ain't saying hire somebody just because they black. Hire them because they qualified, of course. But bottom line, if they're a brother that's qualified and they're willing to put in that work, shoot, hire that brother. Hire that sister. They need it. They got kids to feed. And if you can help them out, do that. But before we can get into all that, we need more solidarity. And with all that's going on against us right now, I mean, I swear, it's like we're going back into the 1940s all over again. You know what I'm saying? The freaking subprime punk loans that made people lose their houses. If that ain't redlining in a way, I don't know what is. Gentrification, taking the hood, twisting it up and making it so people with money which tends to be people that are non-black. I'm not saying black folks ain't got money or anything like that. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying the majority of people who do got money in this country aren't black. Hell, we hardly own 1% of businesses in America. Less than 1%. Straight up, man. Shoot, this one study that I read, barely 100,000 companies that are black owned actually have employees. 100,000. You know how many businesses there are out there that's functioning? Small businesses that have employees and stuff like that. And you mean to tell me we barely have 100,000 companies that can hire people across America? There's over 350 million people in this country. And we're barely scratching the surface. How come? Seriously, how come? And a lot of that could be alleviated if we cut back our spending on foolishness, like women with hair weaves and stuff like that. Shoot, to be honest with you, even though weaves and perms and stuff like that damage a woman's scalp, and I would rather a woman be natural. If we had locked down the whole weave and wig industry and stuff like that, like how we're supposed to, support that and never sell out, pass the business on to generation, then I could be like, well, at least they hiring people. It's messed up. I would rather them keep it natural, but they hiring people. So I can at least look at the silver lining in that. I can at least see that, okay, there's some solidarity right there. That's an example of solidarity. Now them deciding to weave it up all the time, or weave it up every so often and keep their hair as natural as possible, that's their personal decision. And I would rather them keep it natural to show their beauty, that we are beautiful, just as you are. But point blank period, solidarity is needed. Thank you, Donald Sterling, for showing true colors. Thank you. Because if this isn't a motivator to show that we really have to pull together and start connecting again, I don't know what it is, man. We really need to tighten up our education systems. We really need to, dude, we can't keep following the same broken model. This American system is not for us. We have to come up with something better. Something that's either for us black folks, or something better that can help out a society in its entirety. You understand what I'm saying? Like, what's good for us should be good for the Latinos. What's good for the Latinos should be good for Asians. What's good for Asians should be good for Middle Eastern people. For Middle Eastern people should be good for Africans. For African people should be good for Christians. Christians should be good for Catholics. Catholics should be good for Muslims. Bottom line, have a system in place that helps everybody out. Or we break free and do something for ourselves. If the system here as a whole doesn't want to help people out, then F it, we got to do for self. I mean, black folks all over. You go to Israel, we getting persecuted. You go to India, you get harassed and persecuted, get called kafir or something like that. You know. And what do we fight about? I'm Christian. I'm Muslim. I'm 5%. I'm 7-day Adventist. I'm Hebrew Israelites. Don't call me nigga. Oh, what's up, my nigga? You know, we fight petty differences. Petty differences, as Marcus Garvey, God bless the dead, brought up. You know, we can get over these humps. We just gotta stop saying that we can't. Put the shit to work and stick together with it. I'm down for the cause. Down the ride. Got nothing but love for everybody. And with how I got things planned out, just be on the lookout for me. All I gotta say is, you support me, I support you. Brother Robert, who has on Team Have Some, I will buy a shirt from you as soon as I can. I'm hustling my books, and I just got started as a ghostwriter, starting up my career in that. And, you know, so far I got a few gigs, but nothing to be writing home about, not as of yet. But bottom line, I will cop something from you. Josh Haynes, whatever it is that you have that's of quality, and you got a movement going, I'll support that. You know what I mean? I'll support that. You know, everybody else that got something going, man, if I can, I'll support it. Or at least tell everybody about it. You know, like with Robert Perkins, that's his name on Facebook. All he do, he jump online, be out here telling that truth, you know? So, yeah. We need more solidarity. Thank you, Massa Donald Sterling. Massa Sterling. Thank you, Massa Sterling. Thank you for being so kind. Is we sick, boss? All right, man. Y'all subscribe on the way out. Y'all thumbs up the Dragonflies in the Swamp page. Please cop the book from my Create Space and support the cause. Because trust me, man, I'm out here on the move. Check out the reading that I did for Lip Service. Supposed to be on PBS South Florida once they get their money right. It's been a while. Hey, but it takes a while to collect 50,000. They're an independent project, so what do you expect? Anyway, check out my reading. Get the book. Thumbs up everything. Thumbs this up. Thumbs my Dragonflies in the page, Swamp page. Thumbs up my personal Ghostwriter page. And yeah, chime in, keep in touch. Tell me what you think. Holla at your boy. Peace.